Hello guys, we are back with our next lecture. In this lecture, let us go through the graph coloring problem. So basically these are the concepts which you have studied in multiple subjects guys. Like in graph theory, we will be studying it in our future. So I'll be posting that, don't worry. So in graph theory, we will be studying. In discrete mathematics, we have studied. Okay, and there are multiple places where we have studied these graph coloring problems. These are basic problems. So basically how we will be using backtracking to solve these problems is our question, right? Okay, so I hope everyone has some idea on graph coloring problems. So even though if you are not having any idea, I'll be explaining you. So basically I hope everyone knows that we are having multiple maps, right? We are having India map and multiple maps, right? Multiple country maps, state maps. So basically if you observe there will be multiple places, right, with colors, different colors. Okay, so assume this is as a map of some place. I don't know what place is that, but assume this as a small map. Okay, so if you want to color this map, how you will be coloring it? Such that in both any two adjacent states or cities should not be of same color. That's the condition. So for solving these kind of problems, the graph coloring problem has come. Okay, so you'll be inserting notes inside these things. D. Each state is assumed as a letter or a whatever we will be calling them as nodes or anything. So okay, so whichever are connected directly will be having a line BC. Okay, okay. So here I think I have just drawn for all combinations, right? Okay, D cannot communicate with B, B cannot communicate with D. So this will be the graph for this. If you find a solution for this, so assume that here you are giving the color blue. So indirectly you cannot give it here and here. So here you give red, but here you can give blue. Here you give blue, you cannot give, red you cannot give. So we are indirectly giving green here. So you can color with the help of this. Here you will be giving green, here you will be giving blue, here you will be giving red, and here you will be giving blue. So this is the graph for the coloring, for a perfect coloring. Okay, so now let us go through the problem theory and we'll be going through one or two examples. After that we'll be discussing the algorithm and how you can draw a state space tree for this. Okay, so first let us go through the theory. So let graph G is equals to V comma E be a graph. In a graph coloring problem, we have to find out whether all the vertices of the graph of the given graph are colored or not, with a constraint that no two adjacent vertices have the same color. So that is our only condition guys. Both, like any two adjacent vertices should not have the same color. That's the only condition which we apply here. So if you take this example, okay, so assume that you started from A. So started assigning colors. So first you assigned a red for this. So indirectly you cannot assign red for E, B, C because all of them are adjacent. But you can assign for D. So you will be directly assigning D here. Now let us go through blue. So assume that at C I gave blue. So indirectly I cannot give blue at B, whereas I can give blue at E. So I gave blue there. So at green, the last color green I am giving it the left out space, that is B. So finally we have colored with a minimum colors of 3. So now your question will be, okay, why we need minimum colors now? So basically whenever there are previously, like when there are no printers, whenever they are printing some maps, basically there used to have some machines which will take only one color at a time. So it will be printing only one color, solo color. Like that printer, you will be first popping it up with the red color. So it will be printing red color to the particular states, green color for that particular states. So that we need to have the minimum colors, right? Instead of having maximum like one state, one color. So that many times you need to send that paper into that printer. So instead of that, if we are having minimum number of colors, it will be easy, right? So at that time, this solution was given. This graph coloring problem came into play and they thought that this method could be the best way to color it. Okay, so now your question will be, okay, that is the minimum number, is there any name for it? So the name for it is nothing but chromatic number. So the minimum number of colors required to color all the vertices of the given graph is called as chromatic number. It's 100% simple, there is no confusion. Okay, for the previous example, the number of colors required is equals to 3. Okay, so now how we can solve the same problem with respect to state space tree. So assume there is a small graph given A, B, D, C. Okay, M equal to 3. That was the only thing that will be given. So now you will be start drawing the state space tree. Okay, so you will be assuming, okay, I didn't think of this. Basically, you cannot see the full paper when I rotate it, right? Okay, just give me a second, guys. Okay. Okay, so I'll be trying to hold it for a time. Okay, so basically this is the state space tree for the question, guys. Okay, let me open the book, guys. Just give me a second. Okay, so this is the state space tree for the given question. Okay, so basically in the question you are given with the 4 vertices A, B, C and D, right? So we are given with 4 vertices. So the 4 vertices will be the 4 layers of this state space tree. So this is our first vertex. Okay, you can assume from here, right? So from here we didn't assign any color. From here we started assigning colors. So first vertex, second vertex, third vertex and fourth vertex. Okay, so the first vertex, assume that from the start you are assigning the color 1, color 2, color 3. So here in the given question he gave M equal to 3, right? Sorry for the movements, guys, because I am holding the phone in my hand, so there could be some movements. Okay, sorry for that. Okay, so we will be selecting among 3 colors. So the first node can be given any one color, right? Yes. Okay, so I'll be trying to show that because okay, so this is the first part, right? So for now you just observe the first part. So assume that I selected the first color there. So can I select first color for the adjacent vertex? No, I cannot select. So there I will be selecting 2 or 3. Okay, so once the adjacent vertex is done, again I can select 1 or 3, right? Yes, again if these 2 are done, again I can select for this vertex 2 or 3, right? So in this way, if you draw a state space tree, it will be in this way, guys, for all possible combinations. But for a fun fact, there are some collisions or some kind of conditions which you should avoid. I think in this problem there are some conditions that I did forget to cancel out. So basically the first path, I'll be just writing the first path, guys. So the first path is the first path 1 2 1 2. So that is nothing but 1 2 1 and 2. There is no issue in it. 1 2 1 3. Okay, 1 2 1 3, no issue in it. Okay, so 1 2 3 2. Okay, 1 2 3 2. Okay, there is no issue. Okay, I have omitted them, guys. Sorry, I forgot about that. I thought there is one more edge. So these are all the possible combinations, guys. You can just write them on your own also. Just by observing also we can do it. Okay, so I hope everyone got a clear idea on this. Okay. Okay, so these are all the combinations like 1 2 3. There is no need for writing in this way, guys, because it will create confusion for you only. Okay, so once you draw the state space tree, these are the combinations. So here you might be having a doubt that what did I skip here? So I skipped the combinations which will be making these kind of things. So 1 3 2, if you assume here 1 again, so this will be an issue, right? So these are the things which I omitted here, like the second pair. Okay, so I hope everyone got a clear idea on this. So now let us go through the algorithm, guys. I'll be taking around 2 to 3 minutes only because I am not having a 100% clear idea about the algorithm. So I'll be just giving you an introduction about the algorithm, how it works, that's it. Okay, so algorithm for M colors, those are nothing but K. So K is the index of the array. Initially it is assumed as 1. So we will be repeating that until we reach again 1. So basically we will be starting at one vertex and we will be visiting all the vertices and coming back to 1. That is our goal. So that is what we will be doing, right? Okay. Okay. So basically we will be starting with the next vertex. So there is no condition to check initially. Sorry. Okay. We will be checking for next value. Next value is nothing but next vertex. Guys, please remember this function, guys, because this function, the same exact function, you will be again writing this function in Hamilton cycle while finding Hamilton cycle. Whenever there is any kind of backtracking algorithm with the vertices, you will be writing this only for the next node. So next value, it is nothing but next vertex. You will be repeating. This is the formula or this is the code which I didn't understand after trying for multiple times. Also, I was unable to understand the logic behind it. Okay, so this will help us to find the next node, guys. Okay, so once you find the next node, if it is not equals to 0, then if it is equals to 0, then you will be returning back because there is no node at that situation, in that situation. So for j equal to 1 to n, you will be doing a particular operation. Sorry guys, I'm not 100% clear with this algorithm, so that's the reason why I'm just giving you an overview. So you'll be doing some operation and you'll be breaking once the operation is true. Like you can assume that once, okay, so whenever it is reached j equal to n plus 1, then you will again return. Okay, so until false, you'll be continuing this process. Okay, so once it is done, you'll be coming here with that particular node. So assume that that node is equals to 0. Then you will be going again returning back. So if it is equal to k equal to n is nothing but you have returned to the original position. Then you need to leave the position, right? So then you need to end it. So you will be writing from all the nodes and you will be leaving the program. Else you will be doing the coloring again. So you will be giving one more color to the next element. So k plus 1 is nothing for the next element. Next. So you will be starting, assume that the same question that we are solving for. So initially you will be coloring for this and you will be moving to this. You will be coloring this, moving to this. Coloring this, moving to this. Coloring this, moving to this. Once you reach here, you will be printing all the values like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, like the minimum colors required, and you will be ending the algorithm. That's it. Sorry for not explaining the algorithm in a clear way. Okay. So I hope everyone got some idea at least about the problem and how you are solving it in the state space tree. So in the next lecture, we'll be learning about Hamilton cycles, guys. So let us meet in the next tutorial. Thank you. Thanks for watching.